Alright, so what's going on, guys? So I know we are in a, obviously, pandemic, and it has affected wrestling. Let's not kid ourselves. The product on a whole, as much as we love our WWE and AEW, and we'll defend it to our dying day. NWA as well, we'll defend it to our dying day. But it's been really bad suffering, and they've done the best that they can. They've learned from each other. Both have taken a little bit away from each other during this pandemic and adjusted how they present their TV. But we gotta be honest with each other. It's nothing like having a crowd, and the wrestling really has been on on the downside. And we're actually doing this video here talking about AEW Fyter Fest 2. This is night 2. We're going to do predictions here. And the reason why I did that whole spiel just now is talking about the first match that I want to discuss and give you my prediction on. Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed, going up against Chris Jericho, Le Champion. And honestly, it seems like with Jericho, whatever you give him, it's just he's the GOAT. You can make that argument, the GOAT. He could fight a paper bag and he will make it look entertaining. And you know what? I'm starting to believe that. Last week, or was it the week before? The week before, there was a moment which could have been captured, could have been so much more dramatic if there was an audience, and that's where, Cassidy kind of was cut open pretty nicely too. He was cut open, but there was no camera. It was cut open. That could have been his quote unquote, Becky Lynch moment, when Becky Lynch was, when she was busted open. That could have been, that could have been his moment where, the way they did the best they could with it, the way the shot ended, and however how the lasting image that you've seen, but what a reaction that would have had had there been again an actual audience. And it's it's quite a feast when you have the following week, when you have a quote unquote scuffle, or a quote unquote pull apart, if you want to call it that. It was hilarious. It was a job well done. Now, whether you believe that whether you believe that comedy has a role in wrestling, that's everyone has an opinion on that, and everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Some might say it's garbage. Others might claim that it's hilarious. Whatever side of the fence you are on, even if you hate it, right? I think you could at least chuckle at this. This has been an entertaining feud. I don't know if you want to call this a feud. I think this is just kind of a stopover, so to speak. Small little mini interaction, mini feud, a stopover. Jericho's gold. It's untouchable. I think this match will be entertaining, but you have to take it for what it's worth. And don't be fooled, because Orange Cassidy has been wrestling for quite some time, so he knows what he's doing in the ring. So he could surprise you, if you're a wrestling traditionalist, with some wrestling moves, and it'd be an actual wrestling match. But I do think at the end of the day, you're looking at Chris Jericho beating Orange Cassidy. And we're going to kind of do this in no particular order here, just kind of just jumping around a bit here. You got Private Party with Matt Hardy for the AEW World Tag Team Championship against your tag champs of Omega and Hangman Page. Kind of just put together a match, after they beat Santana and Ortiz. Pardon me. Omega, Hangman Page beat Best Friends last week to set this up here, this title match. And I don't know, when you look at Matt Hardy in this situation, he's like the manager. He is the manager of the Private Party, or I guess maybe advisor, lack of a better word. Really, I'll be honest with you, like, since Matt Hardy has come back, it's been more on the disappointing side. You've seen already the three characters of Hardy, the three or four characters of Hardy. You never even really, expanded on. You never really expanded on broken Matt Hardy. He kind of came in. It's almost like you did it for a week or two, and that's it. Now you don't know which Matt Hardy you get. So what at the end of the day is the end game? What's the relationship here? Why is Matt Hardy with Private Party? Now, anytime you have a tag team specialist like a Matt Hardy in your corner, and you go and you're chasing tag team gold, you're in the right company. Now, is it possible that Matt Hardy kind of rev things up here, turns heel on Private Party? And how funny would it be if somehow they play it, and does he join how funny would it be if Matt Hardy joined the Inner Circle, or turned on the Private Party as just one version of Matt? So let's say he was Mattitude or whatever. So he would be a heel, and same attitude. And then if he turns, broken Matt, then he hates the inner circle, but loves the inner circle if he's attitude or stronger than death. If he's stronger than death, Matt Hardy, he also likes the inner circle, but hates the pride. So they could go many ways with it. If you get what I'm saying. Again, you look at FTR waiting in the background, the dream match that everyone, I'm sure, is talking about, or at least in the AEW circle, is FTR New Bucks. I think you're gonna have Hangman Page and Kenny Omega involved in that as well. I could see it becoming a three-way kind of match. So, there we go. Joey Janela versus Lance Archer. I'm sure you will see Sonny Kiss at ringside. Jake the Snake, I'm sure, will be at ringside as well. Still, at close to 70 years old. One of the best promo guys in wrestling today. You would be surprised, Joey Janela, where he's been, he has had a pretty impressive win-loss record. Lance Archer, newcomer, who seems like his steam was kind of lost after you threw him in a tournament and get him to the finals, and he loses to Cody. Kind of seems that's where he has lost, to me, all his steam. Joey Janela, though, impressive record again. You wouldn't know it. You take him seriously. Joey Janela obviously would need this win more. I just don't see it going to Joey Janela. I see Lance Archer picking up the W. You have SCU, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels versus Mr. Brody Lee, and Stu Grayson, and Colt Cabana there. Since Mr. Brody Lee's loss there to John Moxley, a Double or Nothing, the Dark Order's story has been that of being with Colt Cabana, right? Colt fears the pandemic combined with the world's uncertainties, could lead him to him becoming both unemployed and broke. And, Mr. Brody Lee reached out to Colt with a contract offer to join the Dark Order. And, for this, the running storyline, can he or will he? Won't he? And, and this might come to an end here, I think. SoCal Uncensored, I think you're going to look on to capitalize the lack of chemistry between Colt Cabana and Brody Lee. Sometimes the most successful pairings are the ones that are probably the oddest. Hey, look at Goldust and Booker T. That was a pretty successful tag team. An odd team, though they were both able to, they both played off each other well, and for the most part, it could be considered a pretty successful tag team. So, what will happen here? Will he or won't he? Mr. Brody Lee has, to me, no steam right now. Hey, Mr. Brody Lee has already lost as well. How come no one's taking him seriously? Lost to Moxley, no one seems to be taking him seriously. No one thinks that no one is scared of him. No one is fearful of him. And I think Brody Lee needs the victory here with his team up against SCU. So we're going to go with, Brody Lee and Colt Cabana winning. With Colt Cabana joining the Dark Order. And, it's an odd couple. It's an odd pairing. But again, sometimes those are the ones that work the most. I hope all is well, and I look forward to speaking to you guys very, very soon.